Yo, what's going on, everybody? With a brand new video for you guys today, and welcome to the channel. Hope you have a good day. Hope you guys feeling good. Your boy is back. Another video for you guys today, and today we got a video from Halo 343 themselves. Put out a new video, and they've changed their name to the Halo Studios. We're gonna watch their little new video announcement and check it out and talk about it. But yeah, hope you all are having a good day. Hope you all are getting into physical health. I think I already said that. If you're in path of Hurricane Milton, please do whatever you got to do to, maintain your own safety and your family's safety. Let's get into this video. Yeah, I haven't watched this video yet, but I have, heard all about the announcement of them, switching to Unreal Engine 5 and changing their name. And my opinion on the name change is basically it's like a fresh start kind of thing, where it's like for more morale. The company has gone through a lot of negativity when it comes to the layoffs, when it comes to people who resign, when it comes to community feedback, and just how people have felt about 343 ever since Bungie departed from Microsoft. So it's kind of like a fresh slate kind of thing, where it's like breathe in a breath of fresh air, and just change something else. Like you just want to like have a new hairstyle because you just want to be different and feel different, even though you are essentially the exact same person. But sometimes all it takes is a little bit of an energy change, and a name change for a studio could be that kind of energy change that they need. And as for like the Unreal Engine change, that's one of the things where it's just like, the Unreal Engine 5 is one of the most used engines in all of gaming, so it makes sense that you will want to have as many games as possible on it. Especially consider the fact that if you're hiring new employees, they'll have more experience with Unreal Engine 5 than whatever in-house engine they were using beforehand. But yeah, let's get into the video, like I said.
Chris Matthews, take one.
This is Casey Wu, take one. Mark.
I was told that I can just be my authentic self, Chris.
For 6 years, I don't want to be in front of a camera.
There's so much to do and so much fun to be had when you play Halo that I feel like I never run out of things to do.
I love intricate stories that take place across lots of different worlds, have lots of different meaningful characters.
What made Halo successful at the beginning? What is the legacy of Halo, and what's the soul that we want to bring forward, and what's the craft of making Halo games, and how do we set our studio at best to go deliver on that?
We knew we had to make a change in order to take us into the future.
When I first heard about...
Is Kiki Wolfkill still at 343? I know she was working on the Halo TV show, which kind of implied that she was still working for 343, but I don't remember if she is actually still part of the studio, the Halo studio now. I gotta stop calling it 343. Even though I do generally, here's what I put on threads. The reason why I like the 343 name is I like uniqueness. I'm a very, very into unique kind of guy. No matter what it is, I like uniqueness. Uniqueness to me is just is great. So when it comes to this kind of context of video games, I like when a studio has a name that's unique, because it pays homage to the game without being directly the game's name. For example, people who make the Gears of War games, they're called the Coalition. Coalition in Gears of War is the name of who the faction you play part of. Marcus Phoenix is part of the Coalition of government something, like I forgot what the entire tag was, but you heard of COG tag. The C in COG tag is the Coalition, so it pays homage to Gears of War. Crytek, they have a Cry engine and Crysis, so their engine in their game is named after them. Crytek. So like 343, for those who don't remember or didn't play the older Halo games, 343 is the name of a character from the first 3 Halo games. 343 Guilty Spark, who in game dies in Halo 3 but comes back in the comics. But that's neither here nor there. Just want to like throw that out there.
Halo, moving on Unreal Engine, my first thought was this is going to be a really hard secret to keep.
I think fans are going to be excited about the future of Halo because of the possibilities that are afforded us.
I know we're pausing again earlier here. He's actually not wrong about the fans being excited for it. If you watch Halo streams, for example, a lot of people are curious on what the future is for Halo. Even when it comes to the pro players, like APG's been talking about a lot, like how him and other pros are very intrigued at the future of Halo. So it might not seem like it when you hear like all the negativity, but when it comes to like the actual hardcore fan base of Halo, they're intrigued on the future.
By using Unreal?
Before, we really had to split our focus in thinking about building an engine, supporting it, being really kind of a tech company and a studio at the same time. Since we've made the change to shift to UE, we can bring Halo forward in ways that people have never seen before while still being true to what Halo is.
The Foundry project was an effort to show ourselves how far we can push things using Unreal 5.
New studio art director, Chris, came to me and said, hey, I have this crazy idea.
He said, hey, there's this thing called Project Foundry that I want to do. Let's make it happen.
Foundry specifically is based around the same concept of the Foundry in Halo lore. It's the place where Halo rings are born.
Work in progress, rendering it Unreal Engine 5.
It's not a game, it's a research project for our studio so we can prepare ourselves for the next steps of making Halo games.
Valhalla look. Whenever we see those spires, we always just think of Valhalla. That's nice. Like, again, those same little Valhalla spires, but like it's infected with the flood. Kind of reminds me of like the Dragon Age trailer where they have like the blight like overtaking the world. Usually when it comes to the flood, we don't see them overtaking like this stuff like this size. It sounds like they're just like a visual look.
The original Halo franchise was a graphics showcase. It was best in class. That's what Halo was when it first was released, and that's what Halo needs to be again.
You know, a classic look, like the Mjolnir armor. They're going back to the classic design of the helmet and classic armor in general, back to like what CE had, instead of, you know, where it's gone, because Chief's armor has changed every game. It's not just the 343 games. A lot of people, when it comes to Halo and talking about like, you know, the negatives of Halo, they always mention just the 343 games. They ignore that every game has had this a gradual change from the color of Chief's armor to how his armor is designed. And even how the story is told. Like, there's a lot of revisionist history, and just kind of and just like that those Bungie tinted glasses where you just ignore, you know, what changes Bungie did and just only just blame 343 for things they did. And you kind of look at 343 trying to play on nostalgia, like, oh, let's go back to the original design. They'll love that, and you can look at that. You can say that as a nostalgia thing. A new dawn.
So once Project Foundry had been approved, we took the entire creative team and we ideated on 3 locations, something old, something new, and something really alien.
We had the Pacific Northwest, which is sort of traditional Halo biome.
We were trying to shove as much foliage in there as humanly possible to make it really feel like you're on a hike in the, you know, Cascades.
The Cold Lands, which was the second biome that we took on, it was more of a technical showcase where we could play with shaders, we could play with deformable landscapes and terrains. Unreal affords us more opportunity than we've ever had in the past.
You know, on the surface, it might just look all like snow, but how many layers of things combine to really give that winter look?
And then our third biome was the Blightlands, which is any land that's been completely taken over by the flood.
I wanted to give our team the opportunity to really express an alien world, a really alien world, taking something way further than they may have actually done in previous Halo games.
What's impressed me about watching the Halo team work in Unreal is how beautiful everything looks, how incredible the environments look. I don't think we've seen anything quite like it in Unreal Engine before.
Fortunately, we have a studio that's really passionate about Halo, about the look and the feel, and, you know, I think there's a lot of hunger to really collaborate, to move forward together.
Foundry was an initiative.
One guy, this is all topic for, like, you know, the actual video itself, but the one guy who they showed looks like freaking, what's his name? Casper? Johnny Rico from what you call him? Starship Troopers.
Look and the feel, and, you know,
I
think there's a lot of
Rico
hunger to really collaborate, to move forward together.
Foundry was an initiative that touched on every part of the creative process. Everything from concept art, VFX, characters, vehicles, and weapons to make the future games of Halo.
Creating an asset, taking this design, now we can really dig into the material
classic,
foundations.
Design,
what is it
pistol.
actually made of? How is it physically accurate to the world? Now we get to take all the wonderful legacy assets that we have, bring them to life.
I like how, like, the entry sword, this is a rendering, so this isn't how the actual game will look, but it could give us an idea what they're going with for the next game. I like how the entry sword is like, it's like vibrating. Good look. Again, another classic design with the little beats.
that we have, bring them to life and bring them to today's standards.
We are really excited to be not just working on multiple projects, but also expanding our studio.
As a lifelong Halo player, I think the game's only going to get better when we get those new, unique perspectives and people bring in their expertise and passion for the Halo franchise.
We are looking for new talent as the projects that we're working on kind of get further and further into their development cycles.
And it is great to be part of a team that's growing because you can kind of see that force multiplied as people come in and take on challenges and you can do more.
Imagine a place where you have the commitment that this is what we want to do, Halo games, and create those experiences. And you can express your talent, your creativity, and your professional ambitions in that place.
We're looking for designers, we're looking for artists, we're looking for engineers.
That's the guy who
It feels
took
like a new
Sina's
beginning
job
for the studio in
Bonnie.
a lot of ways, and I think that's pretty rare.
Bonnie
And I
freaking
think we
loves it.
arrived
The
now
community's
at a point
toxic as
where
shit.
you see the beginnings of people to start to believe in the process.
There's so much momentum that we have right now and focus and clarity on not just what we're building, but why we're building and kind of this next phase of Halo.
The worlds that we're building, the stories that we're going after.
The potential at Halo right now is huge.
Halo Infinite was the last remnants of how we made Halo games in the past. That was our recipe. And what we are doing right now, we're changing that recipe.
That it? I think that's it. I was curious about whether or not Kiki Wolfkill is still with the company. She still works for Microsoft, but not for 343, well, the Halo Studios. And like it says that last year, she left 343 to become the head of intellectual property expansion entertainment for Microsoft. Which, you know, that last part, entertainment, she is the executive producer on the Halo TV series that got canceled. I don't know. That watching all that made me want to play Halo. So it does its job, but I'm a Halo fanboy. Of course, watching a Halo video is going to want to play Halo. Don't be surprised if we do a random Halo stream. Don't be surprised about that. But I don't know. I'm looking forward to the future. I'm a very optimistic person, not a doom and gloom kind of person. I'm not the kind of individual who just, you know, wants to be negative about everything. That's not how I do things. I always look to be positive because, in my opinion, if you breathe positivity into the universe will return to you with more positivity for yourself. Halo's one of my favorite game franchises of all time. It's top 3 next to Mass Effect and Dragon Age. So I'm looking forward to what the future holds. You know, I think they have the talent to do what they need to do. They just need to stick to their plan. The issue with 343 has generally been that whenever they get criticism, they restart the game. So you have like Halo 4. People criticize Halo 4, you know, for, you know, it being overly emotional because, you know, a bunch of dudes are hard to deal with emotion. Personally, I think Halo 4 had the best story. They restarted with Halo 5 where, you know, they had the whole idea of, you know, Spartan Locke hunting down Chief. They didn't really pull the trigger on like the core idea, and people complained about the game. They restarted again to Halo 6 being something that, like, if you look at Halo 4 and 5 and 6 Infinite, they all seem like they're just different games with the same characters. It's like there's no continuity between those 3 games, and that's kind of like what hurts 343. So like, you need to just, even if you get criticism, it doesn't mean restart your idea. That just means make your idea better. Anyways, that's it for this video. Thank you for watching. Hope you all enjoyed. Catch you guys on the next one. I am working on a script for a potentially long discussion video for you guys. I'm also still working on my review for Avatar. I know it's been a while, but I still want to get the video out. So I want to talk about that game, and have another video I'm working on too. I have a lot of things in that pipeline. I had a video I'm doing on the First Ascendant. So things to look forward to. The reason why the video's been slow is because I'm working on those scripts, and if you know who makes YouTube content, you know that script writing takes a long time, especially if you're doing more than one at the same time. But yeah, catch you guys on the next one. You have a great rest of your day. Y'all stay safe. Be kind to one another. Free to be kind. I be your boy AnubisArchangel. I'll see you guys when you're out here. Deuces.